to do it for a class. He's loud. Okay, Mr. Little, have you ever been in a situation like this before?
Yeah, I was in college. Excuse me. I want to say it was my sophomore year in college. I had a roommate that he wasn't the cleanest of people.
Okay.
He never did dishes, but he was always cook. So he kind of left it up to everybody else to do dishes. He would always leave his clothes everywhere in the living room, in the hallway, and that's just kind of unsanitary. He asked me, you have people coming to your house, you want it to look a certain way, and when it doesn't, it kind of irritates. It irritated me, irritates the other people that live with us, and I could just, see that discomfort on people's faces when I walk in sometimes. So, it wasn't. Yeah, I've been in that situation before. It wasn't, the best of situations to be in by any means, but we told him that he kind of needed to get it together and that he needed to clean up after himself. And after having to repeat yourself for months and months, I guess people get tired of hearing you complain. So he eventually started.
Okay.
So it kind of in that aspect resolved itself.
Okay. So you're saying that this roommate was sloppy, messy,
Yeah.
but he liked to cook.
Right.
Okay. And you all would always get on him and ask him to clean up after himself.
Basically.
Because he liked to cook, but he did not like to clean.
Basic responsibilities. That's all we're really asking for.
Okay. I understand. Okay. And you said once you all spoke to him, the issue somewhat resolved itself.
Yeah, it did. It happened here and there, periodically after that, but it was on a much less frequent basis.
Okay.
Than before. It's spoken to multiple times.
Okay. And in the situations that you are in conflict with others, so how do you handle it? Besides, because what I'm hearing, you keep saying, telling, but no one's doing.
Right.
What are some of the other ways you try to resolve these issues with your roommate?
Well, usually we would try to come together and get a mutual resolution. So let's say if me and you had an issue of who's going to be taking out the trash one day. I could say, all right, well, I'm going to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as long as you can do it Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then Sunday, as long as nobody cooks and it isn't too messy, you might be able to get away with not taking out the trash. Right. You live in college, so you kind of make sacrifices. You have other things you do besides take out trash. So stuff like that. See, you would kind of have to sacrifice yourself and make a compromise to kind of resolve the issue sometimes.
Okay.
Other than that, it's more getting the other person's opinion because maybe they're not doing it for a reason, and I just don't know the reason, or somebody else doesn't know the reason. Okay. So I always try to get their side of the story too, just to make sure I'm not being critical all the time and not really walking in the other person's shoes.
Okay. Now you've had the college experience, and now you're experiencing after college, so post-college experience with different roommates. Is that correct?
Yes.
What have you done differently to try and resolve the issue, as opposed to when you were in college and now you're out of college and you have different needs?
Well, to be honest with you, the situations are it's kind of like the same difference. It's like the same stuff with different people. But it's all about the personalities that you deal with, in my opinion. Some people they like to hear things more straightforward, like you need to do this and this needs to be done, which is all fine and dandy. Some people respond negatively to that, so you kind of have to beat around the bush. But we would have talks together as one, and kind of say, all right, well, here's what needs to be done, and here's the time frame you need to do it. But after that discussion, it's like, time later, time went by, and people forgot that this even happened. So it was kind of hard to actually have an end resolution to that without having to really sacrifice your financial well-being.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Has this situation caused you any type of physical problem or
Physical problems, no.
mental?
More
any
so
type of
on like the
discomfort?
mental, emotional side.
Okay.
That would be the same thing as having a son or a daughter and asking them to clean up their room, and they just never do it, and you have to keep on asking, asking. Is kind of the same situation. I'm by no means anybody's parent, but
Okay. And that would be my next question to you.
right.
Do you feel that you're approaching it as if you are the parent and they are the child, even when you speak to them? If not, I mean, everyone's an adult.
Right, right.
So have you thought about maybe just speaking to them on the adult level, even though their actions may portray a child?
Well, I try to respect people and their age bracket. So the people that are older than you treat with more respect. The people of your age, you kind of talk to, as a friend. They're your friend, and people younger,
Okay.
like younger when I say younger, like under 18, they're kids.
Okay.
So if any adult if there's a situation, I'm gonna talk to an adult like an adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. And you were saying that it has caused you some type of anguish.
Yeah, it's more of a sense of disgust and anxiety. Knowing that when you walk through the door, when you walk through this threshold, that's going to be nothing but filth on the other side.
Okay.
That's kind of the feeling that you get when you come home. And, you shouldn't have that feeling when you come home.
I agree.
You look to your left and there's stuff everywhere. You go around the corner and there's stuff everywhere. You go in the kitchen, there's stuff that's been there for.
Okay.
So, and it's not stuff I did, and it's not stuff my other roommate did. It was the other two that did it, and it's not.
Okay.
So I'm not doing anybody else's dishes when it's not my responsibility to clean your stuff. That would be like me making your bed. That doesn't make any sense. So.
I agree with you, Mr. Little, and I truly empathize with you. I understand where you're coming from. It's somewhat of a tough situation to be in. How do you see the situation being resolved?
Well, we're kind of in a good situation now. One roommate is getting deployed. Oh, I'm sorry, getting stationed in another state.
Okay.
The other one is planning to move in with his girlfriend. So me and the one that is we're actually like kind of on good terms, and we were kind of the ones responsible in the situation. We're actually moving together.
Okay.
So we're in a much better place for responsibility and just kind of moving forward and getting out of that situation now.
And do you believe this will relieve some of your anxieties that
Yes,
you are having?
100% yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it does, Mr. Little. And I look forward to our next session.
Okay.
And hopefully we will have some of your issues resolved.